The Philadelphia Eagles took on the Dallas Cowboys last night, and I was excited. A little bit of nerves because it was my first live stream. And then the kickoff ensued, and 6 seconds into the game, Jalen Carter gets ejected for spitting on Dak Prescott. Now, I know Dak spat in the general direction of the Philadelphia Eagles defense, but you just don't do that. And that makes him the second dumbest person to appear in my living room last night. Key takeaways from the game. Javonte Williams made up for lost time in Denver with 54 yards. 54 yards and 2 touchdowns. Very good running from him, but Dak Prescott also looked pretty impressive. He didn't have a touchdown, but he finished with 188 yards. Jalen Hurts, 152 yards passing and 62 yards and 2 touchdowns running the ball. Very good night for him. He's got to get the ball down to A.J. Brown a little bit more, Devontae Smith, but he was taking what the defense was giving him, which wasn't a lot. Dak Prescott, if it wasn't for CeeDee Lamb, we would be talking about the Dallas Cowboys beating the Philadelphia Eagles. I am not happy about this win. 9 penalties for 110 yards to 4 penalties for 43 yards. You guys were undisciplined. The Eagles were undisciplined, and they got to clean that up, or it's going to be a long season. Jalen Carter is probably going to get fined, maybe suspended, hopefully not. Dak Prescott, maybe a fine. We'll see. But also, Jahan Dotson really shined as the only receiver other than Dallas Goedert to catch any meaningful passes. Key first downs from Goddard, and Jahan Dotson for 59 yards on 3 receptions, including a beauty of a throw downfield. On defense for Dallas, they held Saquon Barkley to 61 yards. I mean, they were loading that box with 8 players. Sometimes it looked like 12 men on the field. There was at least one of those on the defensive side of the ball for Dallas. But other than that, they played really good. They were a feisty team, and I don't really know what to make of them this season. Are they going to be feisty throughout the season, or will they get worn down? Only time will tell, but I'm really liking what Dallas did. I don't have to be a hater to lift up the Philadelphia Eagles, and there wasn't a lot to lift up the Philadelphia Eagles on. I mean, Zach Bond did have 9 tackles and a pass deflection. The defensive linemen played better at the end of the game, forcing a fumble before that dreadful weather delay where the lightning was striking for I don't even know how long. It felt like hours, but it could have been like 30, 45 minutes. And then we got back to the game, and the offenses sputtered. CeeDee Lamb was dropping balls. Nobody was really getting open. It was just a defensive battle or just bad offensive play. You guys decide. Other than that, I really don't know what to make of this new offensive coordinator the Philadelphia Eagles have. Like, it's good that they're taking what the defense is giving them, but I felt like they were playing a little too conservative, which I really didn't like. It felt like Dallas had the Eagles on their heels throughout a lot of the game. It made me nervous. If it wasn't for the fact that Dallas had to kick the ball off in the second half, we could be talking about a different game. A.J. Brown was limited to 1 catch. Devontae Smith barely had any catches. Goddard had the majority of catches. Got a few, like I said, a few first downs. Jahan Dotson, Barkley, Shipley did have a nice run. Now, Barkley did have that really nice run for a touchdown, but I think that was the only play of the game where he really, shined. Teams are going to definitely put their stamp on Barkley and say, hey, we got to stop this guy, make Jalen Hurts throw the football as much as he can. Yeah, but next week, Philadelphia takes on the Los Angeles Rams, and if they play the way they did against Dallas, it's going to be ugly. It depends on if Matthew Stafford plays or not, and I really don't know what to say. Landon Dickerson did leave the game with a back injury. Hopefully he's okay. I'll find out more later. But honestly, it was a fun night, a great live stream. I had my friend over, my girlfriend came over for a little while. If you guys want to see more Hilltime Sports, hit that like and that subscribe button. We are 14 subscribers away from 100, the big 100, which will be a big milestone. And like always, Hilltime Sports, adios.